This trellis is actually, I believe, part of some kind of bed frame. We had other bed frames out here too, but they looked a little bit too much like bed frames, so we took them down out of consideration for the neighbors, because this is a residential area. Put a garden hedge around the whole garden on 3 sides, so we would have some privacy in here. And also so I can put out cold frames in the cooler weather, which are made out of old storm windows, and they probably wouldn't be regarded as the most attractive things in the neighborhood. So this way we have some privacy. Neighbors like the hedge, although they're sorry, they say, that they don't get to watch the garden grow. Well, we got these lovely calendula. They're all different kinds. And there's more seeds. I'm going to come out and save some more seeds from these. I got hundreds of seeds now. Gotta get more. I'll replant them. See how nice they look? And we've got some leeks here that went to seed. If I remember right, these were in from last year. All of this family, onion family stuff, is biennials. They don't go to seed till the 2nd year. Here's where we had the hidatsa, or the arakara beans, and then we had all kinds of volunteer tomatoes. These are cherry tomatoes that we'd grown intentionally last year, and they came up all over the place. In fact, over here I've got these golden ones that just came up all by themselves. Right here is where the hidatsa shell beans grew. Out of these trellises here, 2 together, here's a bean I missed, we got about a half a gallon jar of beans. We're going to see how they taste, because they're a great source of protein. And then of course the pods, the husks, get fed to the worms. The whole idea is to work on the sustainability, to make this an environment that essentially imitates the way nature would do it. I always think that the human purpose on the planet is to be a steward of the earth. The earth is what feeds us. And the way it is now, we're losing topsoil like crazy because we use artificial fertilizers and because we use pesticides. And agribusiness is not farmers, it's chemists and business people, and they don't have a sensitivity, I don't believe, for the earth. The topsoil of the plains that was 3 feet deep, I've heard 4 feet deep before the Europeans came here, is now disappearing. And that topsoil is created over hundreds, if not thousands of years. And to use the land that way, which was really the American way, we will farm land until the fertility is depleted, and then we'll move further west. Because in those days it seemed that we had an absolute infinity of land and everything was going to be wonderful. When we're not sustainable, everything's not going to be wonderful. We've got the original garden over here, the stone one. It was about half that size when we bought the place 20 years ago. And we grew that, and then gradually grew other stuff, and now the whole front yard is a garden. And that's is the asparagus bed. It's small. It provides us enough food. The whole lot here is 1/4 of an acre. And the amount of garden space we've got comes out to about 2% of an acre, which is a very small amount of ground. But they're deep beds, organically fertilized, and we raise quite a bit of produce in here. Canned stuff for the winter, store stuff in the root cellar, and we find it to be a lot of fun, and we find it to also be a pretty good idea for raising food, particularly with the cost of food. We got a pile of straw back here, which is free. My neighbor's a landscaper, and he picks up all kinds of stuff for us. Free is good. I'm a trash picker myself, and I found a lot of good stuff in the trash. Got a compost bin back here in the corner. 2 bins, actually. They recommend 3, so you've got 1 fresh, 1 working, and 1 finished. But we could take out the finished, and it isn't, we treat this not so much as a science, but as an art. It's, the gardens tend to be a little on the messy side. They're not nice and neat the way some gardens are. But it works for us, and there's something about not being quite so controlling in the garden that I think is a good thing, to be a little bit more in tune with nature. Everything we grow virtually, not counting the raspberries and not counting this year's broccoli, but everything we grow is not hybrids. This stuff comes from Seed Savers Exchange in Decorah, Iowa. Now the pepper plants don't look so good now, but there are so many peppers, and we got so many peppers off of just a few plants, that there's something more robust about heirloom seeds, the kind that the seeds will breed true, so every year you will get the same plant. You won't get variations. With hybrids you'll get variations. That there's something robust about these seeds, whether it's lettuce seeds or whether it's pepper plants, tomatoes, beans. It makes no difference. There's just something really advantageous about growing stuff in the most natural way, in the way that's most, let's say, most comfortable for the earth. And it takes care of us.